There. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel where we make, play and talk about video games. So you may have noticed that every game everyone is talking about lately isn't from a massive studio. Like many people this year, I got completely sucked into Silksong, after all the memes, fake release dates and years of waiting, it finally happened and wow, it was worth every single second. When I first booted up, I just sat there with this feeling that something truly special was about to happen. And I was right. So, no spoilers, don't worry. But Silksong isn't just a sequel. It was supposed to, but it's not. It's a refinement of what made Hollow Knight legendary. So basically, Team Cherry took what's good in Hollow Knight, put it in Silksong, and made improvement. It's a refinement of what made Hollow Knight legendary. Everything feels tighter, faster, more fluid. The player feels more in control. Exploration, it's a pure joy. Every area feels handcrafted, like designed for curiosity. The gameplay rewards curiosity in the players. You turn a corner, find a hidden path, and instead of an achievement or some loot, you just feel rewarded for exploring. And yeah, that's how exploration should feel. Let's talk about the combat, which was a bit controversial for some people. It's tough but fair in my opinion. So every death feels deserved. You never feel cheated. You just feel challenged. It's the perfect balance of frustration and flow, and it's like one of the best things a game can ever reach. And the art, we cannot forget to talk about the art. Every scene looks like a painting. The music, it's emotional, it makes the world feel alive. Each area sounds unique, and like from eerie silence to orchestral wonder, etc. And it doesn't just sound good, it sounds right. And that's why, for me, Silksong is probably one of the best games of this year. Not because it's the biggest, but because it's the most human. A true labor of love, if you can say that. But to really understand why this game matters, we have to rewind a little bit. So, back in 2017, Team Cherry was just 3 guys from Australia who made Hollow Knight on a shoestring budget. And surprisingly, it blew everyone away. When they announced Silksong, it was supposed to be a DLC, not just a small add-on. But as development went on, it grew and grew until it became its own universe. And instead of rushing it, they took their time. So no deadlines, no pressure, no corporate investors, of course. They just worked on it for 7 years. And when it finally released, it wasn't broken, it wasn't buggy, it wasn't missing features. It was complete, a finished game, crafted by people who cared about quality than timelines. That right there is a milestone for indie developers. It's the moment the industry changed, the start of what I call the revolution of indie developers. See, in the past few years, big AAA studios have started playing it safe. They've cracked the formula, they know what sells. The loot systems, the microtransactions, the battle passes, the fear of missing out on events that keep you hooked just long enough to buy one more skin. They turned creativity into a spreadsheet. Meanwhile, indie developers, they're doing the exact opposite. They're not chasing trends, they're chasing feelings, moments, memories. They're building experiences that remind you why you fell in love with gaming in the first place. And that's the key difference. AAA games want to keep you playing. Indie games want to make you feel something while you're playing. And that's why the indie scene is exploding right now. So let's try to break it down. There are 3 reasons I would say that make indie games feel better right now. The first one is that they're made to be fun, not addictive. You play because you want to, not because you're scared of missing out on a battle pass. So no battle passes, no manipulation, just pure fun. The second one is that they respect your time. So you buy it, you install it, and you're in. No hour-long tutorials, no constant updates before you can even move. Just you, your controller, and the game. Most of the time, these games are about a couple of gigabytes big, which means that even the download time isn't that long. 3, they're accessible. 20, maybe $30. No $80 deluxe editions, no paywalls or early access cash grabs, just the game. And you buy it, it's yours forever. So it's simple, honest, and honestly, it's refreshing. And yet somehow these small games end up being more memorable than the biggest titles money can buy. And that's why I call 2025 the year of indie greatness. Not just because of Silksong, but because this year indies are everywhere, to be honest. We've got Hades too, somehow even better than the original. That same lightning fast combat, that incredible storytelling, those characters that feel like they've lived 1,000 years. Supergiant Games proved once again that you can make a sequel with soul. Then there's Expedition 33, of course, a turn-based RPG that came out of nowhere and stunned everyone. The art, the atmosphere, the emotion, it's hauntingly beautiful. And those are just the headliners. Those are just the headliners. Every month, another indie masterpiece drops, and gamers are noticing. Steam charts are filled with indies. YouTube is filled with creators playing those indies. Even the Game Awards can't ignore them anymore. Indies aren't the side story anymore. They are the story. Meanwhile, AAA studios are struggling. They're bigger than ever, but emptier than ever too. Every year, a sequel, a remake of a popular game, a reboot, shinier, louder, but somehow less alive. You look at these $200 million productions and think, where did all the money go? Because it's not going into innovation, we can see that. It's going into marketing, into analytics, into player retention strategy. You can't quantify fun, but they sure keep trying. AAA games have become obsessed with looking great instead of feeling great. And that's why indie games feel like oxygen. You don't care about scale, they care about the soul. Indie developers have something big studios lost a long time ago, which is agility. They don't need to schedule meetings or wait for executive approval. They just build. They ship ideas faster than a big company can book a conference run. They rely on community feedback, not just corporate focus groups. They're not afraid to fail, because failure doesn't cost millions. And that freedom, that fearlessness, it is what makes their games so creative. When you play an indie game, you can feel the fingerprints of the people who made it. Every animation, every sound effect, crafted with care. It's not manufactured fun, it's handmade joy. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is the price. Most indie games these days are around $20, maybe $30. Compare that to AAA titles, charging $80 now, plus DLCs, microtransaction, premium passes. Now, of course, you can't totally blame the big companies. They've got thousands of employees, massive overheads, huge marketing campaigns, it makes sense. But indies figured something out. You don't need to spend hundreds of millions to make something meaningful. You just need to focus on what matters, cut the excess, skip the filler, make something worth remembering. And because they're small, they can listen to players directly. They grow with the community, they adapt. That's why the indie scene moves fast, because it evolves with us, the players. This shift isn't just economic, it's cultural. Gamers have grown up. We can tell when something's made with passion, and when something is made for profit. And we're tired, to be honest. I am tired. Tired of broken launches, tired of battle passes, tired of being treated like a walk-in wallet. I want heart again in the game. We want games that make us feel wonder. And indie developers right now, they never forget that. That's why this year feels so special. Because for the first time, gaming feels alive again for me. I finally started having fun again playing video games. So yeah, 2025 really is the year of indie greatness. Not because AAA games suddenly got bad, but because indies got really brilliant. Because somewhere between the greed, the burnout, and the reboots, small studios rediscovered what gaming is supposed to be. They brought back creativity, they brought back risk, and most importantly, they brought back heart. So, Silksong may be the crown jewel of this movement, but it's not the end, it's just the beginning. Because once you've tasted real passion, real artistry, real fun, you can't just go back. Maybe this is what a revolution looks like. Not the fall of AAA, but the rise of something more honest. Games made by the people, for the people. Games made by people who still believe that fun is an art form. So here's to the indies, the dreamers, the underdogs of the scene. You've proven that brilliance doesn't need billions, it just needs heart. And in 2025, the word finally nodded.